How's it going, everyone? Here's Adam Clem and Johnny here with me. We're going to be talking about our weekend event. We have the Shamrock Showdown for 40K. It's an ITC event. It's a $10 entry and it's winner take all. We're going to start registration at 11 a.m. and dice are going to table about 11:30.
That's correct. And it's our first ITC event here in this store. And hopefully many, many more to come.
Yes, I'm pretty pumped about it. I love the 40K community.
You will find out that the 40K community in general is a really good group of people, and the fact is they're so quick to start supporting any store that's willing to support them.
Great, great. Well, let's ask a couple of questions about this for you.
Sure.
So we're setting up as an ITC event. Can you explain a little bit more about ITC?
ITC is a rule set that was started by Frontline Gaming. And basically a couple of years ago, after Games Workshop got out of the competitive play part of the actual hobby, a couple different formats came up. The Nova format, ITC was one of them. There was a couple other ones up in the Northeast. And basically what happened is that over time, the ITC format, which started with the Bay Area Open and the Las Vegas Open, kind of started to sweep our part of the country. And what happened is that all the local area clubs got together and said, we're going to go ahead and stick with this format. And what that gave us was something that a lot of the other hobbies have. If I take my army from Mobile and I travel over to New Orleans to play, it's legal. Before, almost every area had to come up with their own little set of rules and FAQs. And what that does for me as a TO, as a tournament organizer, that gives me a backup of a place to where I can go and say, okay, give me clarification on this rule. Also, it gives me a stable FAQ that gets updated on a regular basis so that the workload doesn't come to me. Also, I'm not the bad guy telling people what they can play and what they can't play.
Yeah, and here, my phone's ringing.
Mm-hmm.
The other question I have with ITC is, I know they do, and this year they've changed it with how points work, and because they set it up by Army, right?
Correct. Well, it's not necessarily by Army, it's actually by event. You have to have so many people in an event, and the more people you have, the higher the score goes, the more rounds you get. But as far as what the rankings are, on frontlinegaming.org, you have ITC rankings. So let's say you're playing Space Wolves and everything like that, and as you get points playing in tournaments for Space Wolves, you're going to show up on the leaderboard as one of the Space Wolf players. I believe it's the top 5 scores all year long get meshed up, and you can be one of the better players in the country if you do well at 5 different events.
Just like you with Tau, right?
I was, last year when I was actually playing, I was doing very well with Tau.
For the tournament, how many points are going to be allowed for each army?
This is an 1850 tournament, which is the standard that we're seeing. A lot of people have talked about going less, some people have talked about going more, but the standard that you see here on the Gulf Coast is between 1850 and 2000. This will be an 1850 tournament.
Right. And what if people have questions about the legality of their army?
The ITC FAQ that you can find on frontlinegaming.org will basically spell out everything about every army and answer any questions that they have. And Frontline Gaming will actually answer questions in real time. So if you send them a message about, hey, I've got this problem with this, how does this rule really read? I usually get responses in hours.
Nice, nice. I guess that's it for the points. So we're starting, at 11:30 is when we get going.
Correct.
How many rounds will we be
It's going
playing?
to be 3 rounds, 2.5 hours each round.
Okay, so we're looking at what, first round at 11?
First round at 11:30, so that has us stopping at 2 o'clock after the end of the first round. Take a 30-minute break as normal, and then we'll start the second round at 2:30, which will take us till 5 o'clock. Get an hour break to go grab dinner, chill out, and everything like that. We'll start up at 6, and the last round will end at 8:30.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I'm ready for it. Another thing with that, the community. What about painting or how the army's put together?
Really, truthfully, we're going to probably ease into painting scores and ease into modeling competitions. What I'd like to see us do, let's get 1 or 2 events underneath our belt. We get some experience running them in here in the store. And then I would like to start doing painting scores, and I'd like to also start doing miniature contests on the day of any of the tournaments so people can bring in stuff they want to show off, and it would be a separate event that happens alongside of things.
Yeah, I like that too. I know I'm definitely excited. Anything that I've done so far with the tournament organization with Frontline Games, they've been nothing but supportive.
Oh man, they're great, and they're coming out with apps now where it's basically making scoring super easy.
Yep.
And it's going to start to be something you're going to see in real time. So because you're going to be able to put in your scores, and then you're going to see it updated on their webpage within a couple days.
Nice, nice. I like their fat mats too.
Their fat mats are fantastic. I own quite a few of them. Any store, it just adds such more an immersion factor to any game that you play.
Right, right. Well, I think that's it. I'm super pumped about it.
I am too. I'm really looking forward to this event. Like I said, I want to see this community grow again in this area. At one point in time, we had a very healthy 40K community, and I'd like to see it build up again.
Well, thanks a lot for coming
Anytime,
out tonight and
thank
helping me.
Definitely.
And I will see everybody out here at 11 o'clock on Saturday.
All right. See you then.